Hi all, how you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about this Mr. Beast fiasco. Okay, so I'm not going to look into it too deeply, but I've always thought I've always hated this channel, and I've always hated this kind of documentaries and programs like this. This and unfortunately there seems to be more and more of this kind of stuff going on. Now, I don't know whether it's a fraud or not. This guy, Dogpack, now he only worked from Mr. Beast for about a month. So a lot of people are sort of saying this is not he's making up a lot of this stuff. And some of it maybe he is okay. Maybe he isn't okay. I don't really know for sure. But when you've got smoke, okay, there's no smoke without fire and all of that kind of thing. Lots of other people have also come out and said stuff. So he's made two videos which have got a heck of a lot of views in a very short time, and he's already got 500,000 subscribers for just making two videos. Crikey, I wish I could do that with my bridge videos, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Anyway, there's another guy called Dawson. Don't know if that's his first name or surname. Says here, I'm a former Mr. Beast employee trying to expose what I believe to be highly unethical and illegal practices at the company. This document contains evidence for part one of this ongoing investigation. Video is here. Why am I doing this? Not for money. Clout, I've been in this industry 10 years. I started as a non-camera personality, but switched to being behind the scenes, and I've enjoyed that life more. I've worked with big influencers, but always avoided the camera like the plague. I have no active personal social media, so I don't think I'm motivated by clout. So basically, he's sort of saying he's got really nothing to gain from this. My reason for doing this is I believe Mr. Beast is a corrupt organization that is bad for humanity. And I agree with that as well. That's why I don't watch any of this stuff. Um, I've been consistent before I got hired that I believe children use YouTube as a form of play, the evolved way to learn and practice skills for later life. I've studied play at length, and I would consider myself a first generation iPad kid, so I understand firsthand the role content. When I've got grandkids, and they've got these little iPad things, and they're watching like kiddies YouTube and stuff like that. So what else have they got here? Recently, grooming allegations came out against Mr. Beast co-star Chris Tyson. So I think this is his high school friend. Is this Chris Tyson is now called Ava Chris Tyson, having declared themselves a she and female pronouns. I believe the company is aware of evidence against Chris Tyson's long before these accusations came out, and they chose to protect her and tried to cover up the evidence for a long time. Now, I think these grooming allegations, I think the actual other person, from what I can gather, is also an adult. Okay. But um, from what I can gather, this Chris Tyson used their position in the Mr. Beast company to get sexual favors from this other person to sort of give them a kind of job and stuff like that. So anyway, Mr. Beast's secret formula: condition the viewer to see Mr. Beast as a trusted authority, show the viewer that loyal followers are given big rewards by Mr. Beast, call on the viewer to act and promise big rewards in return. So this is what they do. People think Mr. Beast is great, okay? And you can often see this in like some of the Reddit posts and people making comments in YouTube videos saying how great Mr. Beast is and stuff like that. So you can be like conditioned by him because you're seen as a person who gives away stuff. Now that means you're a great person and that kind of thing. When others are saying actually that's not really the case, he's doing it to make himself more wealthy, and that's his basically goal to get himself put in front of as many people as possible, get as many subscribers as possible to his channel, and basically take over the world. Fake videos. So in this dog pack one, he makes a video, saying he's a fraud because he's got a lot of faking going on. Okay, so clearly this hole in the ground where this train's going to go, that clearly looks fake. That just looks ridiculous. Okay, so but Mr. Beast has sort of claimed in the past that he doesn't fake anything. So, but I mean, clearly this is like, I mean, what kind of thing? is he referring to? I mean, images for YouTube. Okay, making thumbnails is one thing. Clearly, most thumbnails are fake. Okay, they're not I mean, mine tend to be just a screenshot of me, so they tend not to be fake. Okay, I don't tend to make too many thumbnails. Occasionally I do, but most of the time I can't be bothered, to be perfectly honest with you. So clearly there's a lot of CGI going on in some of these videos, and clearly that is fake. World's most dangerous trap, more CGI. CGI buildings added that weren't there. Okay, I'm not sure how, how important that is. There's this 1 to 100 competition where you got 100 people aged 1 to 100 that could win a certain prize. So the infamous 42 and 58 revenge story is mostly fabricated. 58 actually just didn't hear 42. 58's wink here was added in post. So I don't really know what's going on here at all. Many voice lines were added in post-production. There's a voiceover both in the studio. Multiple shots reveal that timers have been edited. So this is another thing that comes across in a lot of the videos. They make these timers so that it comes down closer to zero, and it increases the excitement of, oh no, will they, won't they, kind of thing. Okay, so there's lots of there seems to be lots of videos like that where everything sort of comes down to the last second almost to make it obviously more exciting. I mean, people don't want to say, oh, you managed to do that and you had 4 days spare. It's not very exciting, is it? So notice the timer in this clip. Mr. Beast edited the same scene after uploading it to hide the mistake. Same thing here, where for a few frames you can see the timer behind Jimmy read 22:11. Okay, rather than say 39 seconds to go. So clearly that's deceptive. That's manipulation to make the video more exciting, more TV kind of, exciting. Boys versus girls challenge. So basically you got 100 boys and 100 girls, and they had to stand in a circle or something for so many days or whatever. Multiple female Mr. Beast employees can be seen competing in this boys versus girls challenge. So this is another thing aimed at Mr. Beast, is that he uses a lot of friends and people actually um in the limited company. Okay. So they're not actually just strangers or just random people off the street kind of thing. Most of these people are actually known to him or handpicked by him, I guess. Although this is not disclosed in the video. So again, there's no disclosure. If they sort of said, because a lot of people have said in this, or the people behind it said, we only did this to make up the numbers because it was COVID at the time. So it was obviously much easier to get a few people. I think what they did was they got rid of these girls who were in the production. So, I mean, that's not too bad. Okay. I don't mind that. But the point is, it's not really disclosed that I think one of them was like his girlfriend or something like that. Allegedly, due to several female workers getting out earlier, the production team took steps to get more boys out, ultimately rigging the results so the girls' team won. It is a common practice at Mr. Beast to include employees, friends, or family in the competitions without disclosing it. So that's the problem, okay? Not disclosing. No, they're not being economical with the truth, often referring to them as contestants or random subscribers. So clearly that's not right. Extreme $1 million hide and seek. In this YouTube Originals influencer hide and seek video, Mr. Beast was accused of deceptively editing Rosanna Pansino and Quackity out of the top 3. Favoring Logan Paul when directly accused in DMs by Rosanna, Jimmy did not deny the claims. Okay. Rosanna Pansino says Mr. Beast edited her out of the video. So a lot of people have sort of said that Logan Paul and KSI, because of this Prime drink, and maybe that Mr. Beast was somehow getting a cut of that by making them sort of more popular, it would help with other products and things like that. Whereas if this Rosanna won, he's not really benefiting at all from her winning. Okay. Some other stuff going on there, some sort of speculation in that one. Some more obviously fake. He's clearly not on a life raft surrounded by sharks and stuff. So more kind of fakery. During the day 5 storm in this video, for a few frames at the end of the time lapse before a hard cut, we can see no one is in the shelter. Allegedly, they slept on a nearby production boat. The intro in this real-time video is clearly sped up and timer is added in post. At 5:22, the contestant can be seen touching a laser. This should mean losing the challenge. Illegal lotteries. So this is one of the things that's come out that seems to be sort of kind of provable. A lottery is defined scheme that contains all three of the following elements: distribution of a prize, something that's valuable, determined by chance. Okay, so that's the whole point of lottery. It's a lottery. To a person who pays consideration, paying or doing something more than de minimis to participate. Okay, so you've got to, pay to get in or something like that to get the lottery. So he's basically been accused of running illegal lotteries, and that's what comes up a lot in one of these videos. Live streams, okay. Want a 40 million shirt signing, August 4th. If you buy this shirt, I'll sign it. Okay, and this video is now taken down. So in the video, you can actually see all the other employees. I don't know if this is the same one, but you can see the other employees signing the shirts and stuff. And it was like a really long video, a really long live stream. The other thing about it is they kept on changing the rules, okay, and saying, oh, we'll give something away in 5 minutes now, not now, and whatnot. It also sort of said, we're not making any money from this, when clearly they were. Okay, so the amount of prizes they gave away in dollar terms was much less than what they got back. But yeah, he kept saying, well, we're losing money from doing this. And he also had employees with the white pens. You can see clearly that all of the employees, there's about 5 of them there, that are all signing MB, okay, on these shirts. You can see all the shirts in the background piled up, and all these employees are signing these shirts. It's not Mr. Beast who's signing them all. If you buy this shirt, you could win $1 million. Lost media. Is this the event Mr. Beast is hosting right now, an illegal lottery? Okay. I'll put whatever you want on Moon for $10, and then the thing blew up or something. I mean, what can you do about that? I mean, sending viewers personalized messages. There were no illegal lotteries during this stream, but it was still a scam in my opinion. So that's just, his idea. For $180, Mr. Beast will congratulate you on your divorce. Stream ended after 15 minutes and the website was taken down. I'm not sure what's kind of wrong about that exactly, but buy this shirt to be in a video. Yeah, so this is one, selling fake autographs. So these guys all had these pens, was just signing Mr. Beast shirts. So on his shop kind of thing. So this is what they say. Oh, about the signatures for the shirts. They said we literally can't get sued over this because Mr. Beast is the company, not just Jimmy. So that was kind of thing. They were representing the company. That's what they're saying basically about this. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Feastables. Oh, so this is these chocolate bars and stuff like that. And this just sounds really kind of shady. So what he did was tweeted out to people. So all of these young kids basically were going into Walmart and things like that and telling the employees to tidy up the shelf, or even they were tidying it up. And if there wasn't enough chocolate on the shelf, they were told to tell the employees that the chocolate had run out and to go back into the back of the shop and put some more out and things like that. And then the whole point of that was you could potentially win $5,000 on a monthly draw as well. Crazy. Chocolate factory video. This is the video where random Feastables golden ticket winners completed. So they've put random there in speech marks. Completed for a chocolate factory. But the issue is that 2 of the contestants appear to not be random. Darlene Lambert of Della Vlogs, and Justin, who is Ava Chris Tyson's cousin and operates a local bus charter service that Jimmy often uses to transport contestants. So this is what a lot of these people are alleging, that these competitions aren't won um, by random people who are just subscribers, okay, but also a lot of friends, okay, and that should never be the case. Normally in these things, it's like friends and family kind of thing cannot win. Okay, it's usually the opposite. It's usually if you're friends or family of people who work at the company, they usually say you cannot win, you cannot enter or anything like that. Or if you enter and you win, you can't have the prize. Okay, that's usually the take on these things. It's usually the opposite. All right, that you can't win on this. So people actually winning is very sketchy, if that is the truth. Um, if you are running a sweepstake, you absolutely must choose your winner randomly. Yeah, you can't have family members winning. There's a question about his philanthropy. So he's had stuff like where he's going on these boats that pick up litter from the ocean and things like that, and sorting people's eyesights out. But what a lot of people are basically saying here is, okay, Mr. Beast and Mark Rober sold out. So that was the collecting stuff from the seas. Okay, rubbish from the seas. Um, really what they're doing is they're not that bothered about. I mean, if you look at some of his old videos, he gets a lot of stuff and basically demolishes a set, demolishes stuff around him, creates so much litter. A lot of his videos just trash stuff, okay? Things getting broken and blown up and God knows what else, okay? He seems to create a lot of rubbish in his video. That was one thing that turned me off from his videos. I don't like people creating videos and destroying stuff in the process for entertainment. I just find that hard to kind of watch, that kind of stuff. It doesn't appeal to me at all. Um, so a lot of people are sort of exposing him, saying he's not really that bothered about cleaning up. He's more interested in trying to create an image for himself that makes him look good, and that's all it is. It's getting more subscribers, making himself look good, and all of that will make him uh, even more rich. Okay. That's basically going back to the very first point in this video that this guy was making about the three sort of stages. Trashing film sets. Okay. Yeah. So this is the thing, it creates so much waste. This one I've done a full video on this. And now I didn't really mention Mr. Beast, although I know that he was one that sort of started it, and then I think KSI sort of continued it as well. So this is the XCAD network. This is definitely a Ponzi scheme. Okay, so I've done several videos on XCAD, and this is basically a watch videos and get paid for it, which is another totally ridiculous thing. You had to basically buy an NFT, and then you'd get paid like $75 an hour kind of thing for watching like 5 videos kind of thing. It was clear cut a Ponzi scheme. There's no way they could make that amount of money from the advertising revenue um, to pay each person $75 for watching an hour's worth of videos, basically. So clearly that was a Ponzi scheme, and he was involved in starting it from the sounds of it. The biblical beast, they talk about him, yeah, using that, being the beast, 666 and all that. YouTube endgame closing statement. YouTube um YouTube product is attention. Their customer is advertisers. To increase profits, they are not only financially incentivized to cultivate as much attention as possible, but also increase the value of that attention so they can charge advertisers more for it. They can do this by promoting consumerism and impulse spending. Okay. Obviously, impulse spending is good for increasing your money, isn't it? Especially to younger audiences who are more easily manipulated and will consider them and be customers for longer. But not only that, a lot of kids will nag the parents. So, you've had these kids nagging the parents to get this prime drink and that kind of thing. So this is literally how Mr. Beast increases his CPM by being family friendly and putting consumer words, topics in the video, including credit cards, spend, etc. Another lucrative way YouTube can increase profits is by simply following AI content to eat more and more market share from human creators over time and decreasing the revenue split of AI generated content until the platform is large majority AI generated. So this is obviously a thing that people are up in arms against. They don't want to watch just AI content. They want to have real people like me, I'm not AI generated. I'm a real person who's talking to you from their heart, basically. And none of this is AI. The issue I have with this is that children are using YouTube for an integral part of their development, and Mr. Beast has demonstrated the incredibly profitable nature of targeting this developmental period to manipulate them into believing things like that happiness comes from spending money and obtaining products. YouTube is effectively a government for the advertisers by the advertisers and removing human judgment and morals from that equation, while the platform's influence on youth continues to grow, is a recipe for a dystopian future. And yeah, I completely agree with that. That is something I'm really opposed to. These kind of I mean, YouTube, I think, can be a great platform. Obviously, I've got a couple of channels on there, and it's great for educational purpose, or it can be. Well, then you get stuff like this, and there are so many YouTubers. The biggest YouTubers seem to do this kind of stuff. Okay, sensationalism. It's all like, yeah, it's just basically sensationalism all the time, and it's unrealistic stuff, and it just needs to be stamped down upon. Now, a lot of other stuff that I want to mention is that I've noticed in the comments, like people saying that, well, if this was true, if he was being fraudulent and stuff like that, YouTube would stop them. Well, I've done numerous videos about crypto already, where YouTube are taking advertising money and putting up fraudulent videos all the time. Okay, I mean, what YouTube are doing is basically saying that they're a platform, so that they're not responsible for anything that's posted on here, really. That's what that's their kind of get out clause. So people have too much faith that YouTube is a totally legit, and everything that goes out there is kind of true and stuff, which is utterly ridiculous. Um so yeah, I mentioned Chris Tyson, so they changed their name. And yeah, another one was Mr. Beast knowingly hired a registered sex offender. So this isn't this Chris Tyson. This is someone else. So apparently, Mr. Beast knowingly hired a registered sex offender. Ex-employee claims just weeks after trans co-host Ava Chris Tyson was forced to leave the channel over grooming allegations. A former employee of YouTube, Mr. Beast, has accused him of knowingly hiring a registered sex offender just weeks after his co-host quit. This comes with blah blah blah. In an interview with YouTuber Dogpack404, former Mr. Beast employee Jake Weddle made a new allegation against the YouTube star. So this is the thing, there's just more and more stuff coming out. And I don't think it's going to end. People are just going to jump on this and just keep exposing stuff. There's no smoke without fire. Whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, accusing him of knowingly hiring a sex offender during his time there. These allegations, okay, however, have nothing to do with former host Tyson. Well, there was a known sex offender, a registered sex offender, convicted sex offender on the register and everything who worked there, Weddell said in his clip, but did not reveal the identity of the person. So they called him Delaware. Okay, that was their sort of name. Now, I've seen videos of this Delaware person, and what happens is they appear in some of these videos, but with all like face masks on and stuff like that to not expose them. Now, if you go down to the bottom, um, this article, oh, I think I missed it now. Basically says Tyson, who has a son with her ex-wife. Um, yeah, so basically what they were saying is that he had to appear, he had to be put on the sex offenders register. So it's something that happened like years ago, 5 years ago or something, to an 11-year-old. But they admitted that they paid out some money, I think, and agreed to go on the sex offenders registered. But there was no trial. Okay, so it's just like I'll accept this, but I don't want to go through trial and stuff like that. So he accepted going on the sex offenders register to basically avoid going to a trial. So that's that same article. But lots of people are saying that Mr. Beast knew this, but still employed this person anyway, which is really bad, but considering that the channel is mainly aimed at people under 12, by the sounds of it. Um, so yeah, that's my take on Mr. Beast. I think more stuff's going to come out. I think there's some Amazon as well. Amazon, there's a program on Amazon that sort of they signed Mr. Beast up to this Amazon program. Apparently, people on that set are starving and going without water and things like that, and having to pee into a bottle and stuff like that. So it sounds like their sort of human rights are being, uh, not being obeyed, kind of thing. They're not properly feeding them or watering the contestants, I guess. Okay, now if it's some sort of staying in a pit without water for a day or something like that, then that's something you signed up to. But if it's something else, then it's something else, isn't it? Okay, that shouldn't be going on. But apparently there's this sort of sign up saying only 5 people have been hurt in the past 24 hours or something like that. It just sounds a little bit crazy. But I don't like this Mr. Beast guy. But how much this person is telling lies or telling the truth, who knows? But I'd say no smoke without fire. And I've never liked these kind of programs, videos and stuff like that, where especially when they're exploiting youngsters as well. But yeah, there's plenty of programs like this. It's simple programs. For instance, like so if we go back to stuff I've watched in the past, like The Apprentice, a lot of that is faked. They put people in positions which they don't normally get to, but they put them in positions on purpose just to make it more entertaining. Same with stuff like what's that? Come Dine with Me program. So there's basically a Come Dine with Me. It's been going on for ages, and there's loads of episodes. A very popular program where basically the production team will put people in certain positions to make it more amusing. Okay, and this is the thing with all of these programs. That's why I basically stopped watching stuff like this. Okay, I just stopped watching because to me, I'm just going to assume it's all fake. Okay, so it I've just stopped watching it because I just think it's all going to be fake. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. Waffled enough. Let me know in the comments what you think about Mr. Beast. Hope we have a good day and stay safe and all of that.